In a quaint village surrounded by rolling hills, lived a humble gardener named Elias. His garden was a testament to his dedication: rows of vibrant flowers, lush vegetables, and towering trees. Yet, the sky above his garden was perpetually clear and sun-scorched. For months, rain had eluded the village, and the once thriving garden had begun to wilt. Elias stood in his garden, wiping sweat from his brow as he watered his plants with a dwindling supply of water year. The th was cracked and dry, the leaves on his plants curled and brown. Despite his efforts, the garden seemed to be fading away. Villagers came by to offer their sympathy, but their words did little to soothe Elias's despair. One evening, as Elias worked late into the night, a stranger arrived at the edge of his garden. The figure was cloaked in dark robes, their face hidden in the shadows. The stranger watched Elias with keen eyes and then approached him.
"Why do you continue to tend this garden?"
The stranger asked.
"It's withered and dying. Surely, it's time to let it go."
Elias, weary but resolute, looked up.
A gardener's duty is to care for his garden, not to abandon it in times of trouble. I believe that if I keep tending to it, the rain will come.
The stranger smiled faintly.
Sometimes, patience and persistence are the only things that sustain us. Do you truly believe the rain will come?
Elias nodded firmly.
I do.
Days turned into weeks, and Elias continued his work, undeterred by the relentless heat. His neighbors grew increasingly doubtful, and some even mocked his unwavering optimism. But Elias remained steadfast, tending to his garden with the same love and care as always. Then, one day, the sky began to change. Clouds gathered, dark and heavy, and the air grew cool. The villagers watched in awe as the first droplets of rain began to fall. Elias looked up, his heart swelling with hope. The rain fell gently at first, then increased in intensity, soaking into the parched earth. Elias danced in the rain, laughing as the water rejuvenated his garden. The plants, once brittle and lifeless, began to revive. Leaves unfurled, flowers bloomed, and the garden came alive again in a burst of color and vitality. As the rain continued to nourish the earth, Elias's garden flourished like never before. The vegetables grew plump and sweet, and the flowers burst into vibrant hues. The villagers, who had once doubted him, now came to admire the beauty of the garden. They marveled at how it had transformed from a place of desolation to a lush paradise. One evening, as Elias sat in his thriving garden, the stranger from before reappeared. This time, they removed their hood, revealing a wise, serene face.
"I see that your patience has been rewarded,"
the stranger said.
"The rain came, as you believed it would."
Elias smiled, his eyes reflecting the glistening leaves around him.
Yes, and it was worth every moment of waiting.
The stranger nodded.
"Remember, it is in times of hardship that our persistence truly defines us. Your dedication brought this garden back to life."
The village celebrated the bountiful harvest, and Elias's garden became a symbol of hope and perseverance. The villagers learned from Elias's example, understanding that true success often requires enduring difficult times with patience and dedication. As Elias walked through his garden, now vibrant and full of life, he reflected on the journey. The garden had taught him a valuable lesson, that through patience and persistence, even the harshest of trials could yield the most beautiful results. And so, the gardener and his garden thrived, a living testament to the power of unwavering faith and hard work. Moral of the story: patience and persistence yield the best results, even in times of hardship.